Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with random reviews from the Overflow room, and we're working through the letter W. W has a lot of people in it, so just brace yourself, because I don't know, where were we last? We were doing this W. Oh, Dag Viren. Yes, the wonderful Swedish composer. But we finished that, and now comes some really curious lumps of repertoire, because there's some things that just sort of fit under the letter W, but this is a person. This one may surprise you. And this is just, oh, this is so nostalgic. You ready for this? My George Winston collection. Now, George Winston is a sort of new age pianist, and he made a bunch of records for the Windham Hill label. Now, Windham Hill was based, I wonder if they have their actual address here. When I was at Stanford in grad school in the 80s, Windham Hill was a huge thing. They had Mark Isham, and they had a whole bunch of shadow facts. I mean, people were buying these LPs like crazy. They were gorgeously recorded, beautiful, mellow. I think I actually have the shadow facts CDs too under S somewhere. We may get to them. But I got a bunch of George Winston. I liked the way he played the piano. It was mellow, it was relaxing. He did a bunch of things dedicated to the seasons or different months of the year, and those are here. I mean, you'll see what I mean. And they're just lovely, absolutely lovely. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And Windham Hill, by the way, their offices were right behind the student housing at Stanford. So, I mean, it was like, I don't know what the street's name was, like Mariposa or Cucaracha or Enchilada or something. Everything in Palo Alto had a Spanish name. I lived in Escondido Village, hidden village. It wasn't hidden. You just made a left off of El Camino Real, and there you were. Anyway, so what do we got here? We have autumn. Winter into spring, forest, darker than usual. Yes. And some of these things were original works. Some of them were arrangements of popular songs. We have Summer. And then we have Linus and Lucy, the music of Vince Guaraldi. Oh, God, I love this stuff. I love Vince Guaraldi. He's in the Overflow room, too, you'll see. Or maybe in my regular collection. I don't know. And then December, a Christmas album, naturally. More or less, anyway. I mean, it's got, like, Jesu, Joy of Man's Desiring and stuff like that, And let's see, did I do autumn already? I probably did. Okay, so that was George Winston. So here is the George Winston collection in the Overflow room. I don't play it as much as I used to. Frankly, when I was in college, when I was a grad student, I mean, you had to have your Windham Hill selection of stuff. And that was back when CDs were just coming out. I mean, they were brand new. So that was kind of exciting. So there you go. There's the Windham Hill stuff. Then we have my Overflow collection, and here it is, of wind band music. This is almost all on the Clavier label. I think it may all be on the Clavier label. A wonderful, wonderful label that specialized in music for wind bands. Now, I love wind bands. Oh boy, do I love wind music. I love wind ensemble music. My whole life I played in wind bands. I marched in marching bands. I go to visit and see bands. I love bands. It's just amazing. And there's a wonderful repertoire that most people don't know. You'll see I haven't even opened a lot of these because they're duplicates or extras, things that I've saved for, like, a rainy day. And so I stuck them down here to keep them forever for posterity, so that we can, like, launch them into space for an alien civilization to pick up and realize what a superior and fabulous wind band culture we had before the sun blew up, or whatever it is. So here they are, and let's take a look and see what they are, shall we? I mean, this is just exciting even looking at these, but I sort of have them all singly and open somewhere in my regular stuff. American Variations with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony. This is also a wonderful survey of all the great concert bands and wind band ensembles that there are throughout the U.S. I mean, it's an astonishing culture, a fabulous culture, and there's really no exact equivalent to it anywhere else. So we've got, like, American Goodies. These are, as usual, wind band arrangements and original works, including Robert Russell Bennett's Suite of Old American Dances and all kinds of people you haven't heard of. The Yankee Doodle, Fantasy Humoresque by David Wallace Reeves. The March of the Majorettes. Oh, this is just and Amazing Grace and all kinds of stuff. So there's that. Then we have Made in America with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony. Music by Jacob Druckmann. I mean, he's a major avant-gardist and an amazing, amazing ear for sonority. His Paean, and then also his In Memoriam, Vincent Persichetti. Dana Wilson's Peace of Mind. Robert Kirka, The Good Soldier Schweik Suite. Kirka, whose Second Symphony I just can't get enough of. One of the great American neoclassicists who died quite young of leukemia, I believe. And then David Diamond. Yeah, look at this. Really, really cool. We got some David Diamond on here. And then we have, what's this one? Sojourns with the North Texas Wind Symphony. They're an amazingly fine ensemble. They really are. They're just tremendous. So we've got Tempered Steel by Charles Rochester Young, Southern Harmony by Donald Grantham, Concertino for 4 percussion by David Gillingham. This is music probably 99.9% of humanity's never heard of, and so much of it's wonderful. Easter Monday on the White House Lawn by Sousa, Symphony No. 3, Shaker Life by Dan Welcher, Wedding Dances from the opera Bandana by Darren Hagen, arranged by Mark Speed, and Niagara Falls by Michael Doherty. Some names that are familiar to contemporary music people. American Dreams with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony, the Overture to Candide by Bernstein, transcribed, of course. George Washington Bridge by William Schumann, Copland's An Outdoor Overture. It was originally a band piece, I think it was, or a youth symphony piece or something like that. I played it like a dozen times. Da-da-da-dum-bum-psha. Yeah, you get it. El Sol en Mexico, transcribed. Chester by William Schumann. That's from his New England sketches or New England somethings, because I always get the Schumann and the Piston New England things mixed up. And then we have La Fiesta Mexicana by H. Owen Reed, one of the great wind band classics that you can't be a wind person if you don't know La Fiesta Mexicana. And now we have, let's see, what else have we got here? Postcards, A Short Ride to Fast Machine by John Adams, transcribed for winds. The Passacaglia, Homage on Bach by Ron Nelson. The Suite Française by Darius Migo, postcard by Frank Ticelli. And Terpsichore, After Michael Praetorius by Bob Margolis. I mean, doesn't this sound great? I mean, doesn't it? I mean, aren't you like curious? Yeah. Then we have Hearts Music, whatever that means, with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony. Let's see. Hearts Music by David Diamond. There we go. The Concerto for 23 Winds by Walter Hartley. Oh, that's a marvelous work. The Ronald Searle Suite by Lynn Murray. The Winds of Nagual by Michael Colgrass. This is really cool too. And Aspen Jubilee by Ron Nelson. So there's that one. So we're going through half of them here. Wait a minute. Let's put these away. I know I'm taking time to do these, but it's just such wonderful, unusual repertoire that people don't know about, and it's just so cool. Luminaries. Let's see. Shostakovich's Prelude Opus 34, number 14, transcribed by Robert Reynolds, or other people. Folk Dances by Shostakovich, transcribed by Robert Reynolds, whatever that is. Folk Dances 1950. Ghost Train Triptych by Eric Whitaker. We know him now, right? Gloriosa by oh my goodness, Yasuhide Ito. There we go. And the Intimate Symphonic Metamorphosis on Themes by Weber, and the band transcription. I played that. Oh my God, it's fun. Da, 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 da. Timepieces. Timepiece by Cindy McTee, who is married to Leonard Slatkin, actually. She's a composer of considerable ability. The Chamber Symphony by Daniel McCarthy. Really rather cool. Then we have Stomp Igor by Robert Patterson, and Canvas by George Walker. Let's see, that's with the University of Texas, North Texas A Cappella Choir joining in. Vortex by Dana Wilson. That's somewhat well known. And the First Suite by Holst. Holst. Do, 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 do. Ba, bum, bum, bum. Memorials with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony. The Commemoration Symphony by Anton Reicha. Reicha, transcribed for wind. Circuits by Cindy McTee. Heroes Lost and Fallen by David Gillingham. Old Home Days, which is by Charles Ives, arranged by Jonathan Elkis, and Morton Gould's West Point Symphony, which is quite well known. Then we have Symphonic Excursions with the North Texas Wind Symphony. I'm not mentioning they're conductors and people, but they're very good. I mean, now, let's see. Kenneth Hesketh, Mask. Robert Patterson, Symphonic Excursions. Dan Welcher, Song Without Words from 5 mood pieces. Songs Without Words. They are 5 mood pieces. Thank you. Hank Elkipa, Sunset Jericho for 8 solo trombones. Yeah. And 2 works from Percy Granger. What is this? My goodness. Lads of Wamphray March. And the Irish tune from County Derry, a.k.a. Danny Boy. You know that one? So there's that pile. And here is the last pile. There's 5 things here. This is Emblems with the Cincinnati Wind Symphony. Turnbridge Fair by Walter Piston. Ingolf Dahl's Sinfonietta. Oh, cool. We were just talking about Ingolf Dahl because he was one of the pianists in the film soundtrack recording of Spartacus. So there you go. Emblems by Aaron Copland. A Child's Garden of Dreams by David Maslanka. And Slava, Leonard Bernstein's tribute to Rostropovich. Having a thunderstorm out there, by the way. Convergence with the North Texas Wind Symphony. This is called, Miscu by David Zube. And Concerto Grosso by Fisher Tull. Wedding Dance by Jacques Press. Masquerade Variations by Stephen Gritz, I don't know. Paul Hindemith's Concert Musique, Opus 41. Yay! And The Warriors by Granger, transcribed by, who's transcribing it? Frank Papajohn. There you go. Vincent Persichetti, Wind Music. This is a tribute to Persichetti. He wrote lots of wonderful wind band music. Symphony No. 6, Divertimento for band, Serenade No. 11, Masquerade for band, Parable 9, and Pageant. Persichetti's band music, 79 minutes of it. Serious stuff. Paul Hindemith for band. The Symphony in B-flat, that's the band symphony. Concert Musique No. 5. The Concert Musique Opus 41, which we just had over there. The Geschwind March, the Wind March. This is from the Sinfonia Serena. And the Symphonic Metamorphosis on Thieves by Weber. This is a recoupling of other stuff, by and large, I think. And retrospectives. Yeah, this has some of the same stuff that we just saw, so we don't need to go through all of it, except you do have The Story of the Priest and His Helper Baldo, which is by Shostakovich. That's one of his cartoon scores or film scores. And we've got the Hindemith Symphony and some other things. So there you go. That is the band pile of stuff. And with that, I think that's more than enough for one video of random reviews from the Overflow room. I just wanted to go through the band stuff, particularly in George Winston. And this is what happens when you have an Overflow room. You never know what's going to pop up in the alphabet. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.